Good evening. It is I, Roncar. It is interesting that the medium decided in her meditation that you will all know yourselves as the gods that you are in your own way, that you are all part of God and God is part of you, as God is part of me and I am part of you and you are part of me. We are all united. We are united in many different ways. But as we are one in spirit, we are one in spirit. Everything that is connected to everything else that is. And so you, as a creator, can make your life very happy. You can do whatever you wish. You can create the kind of life that you wish because we are connected. And that connection which exists allows you to utilize your power as God, creating those things that you like or you want or you desire and manifesting them in your life. It is important for you to be aware of your power and to know that you have the power to create. That because we are connected with one another, there is an infinite source of energy from which to draw, upon which you can build and create whatever you wish. It is up to you to be careful of what you are building and what you are doing, because your desires, your wishes will come true if you use that infinite power that lies within you, to which you are attached as well. That is what makes it infinite power. There was an author about 100 years ago, and he said that God was all the energy that surrounds us in every day. That all the words that we speak and all the thoughts that we think actually are prayers, if you wish, to God. Now, if you think about that statement, all the thoughts that you have, so many of your thoughts are not directed to enhancing your life. Sometimes you are dwelling on things you are afraid of or that you are worried about. Sometimes you are in harmony with other things, and that is fine. It is good. And you are creating goodness in your life. But when you are worrying, when you are thinking about things you don't want, you are also creating those things in your life. And so you need to know that you have this power to create by your thoughts. Your thoughts direct the energies that are there to manifest whatever it is you want. But those energies go out with no knowledge of what you want. They only know that you are thinking this or that. And if you happen to be thinking and worrying that you might be ill, your investments might not prosper, you may lose some money, Someone may break into your home and steal your stuff. If you are thinking about those things, that energy, that part that is part of everything, realizes that and thinks that that's what you want because you are thinking about it. So I'm asking you in this evening to be careful of your thoughts. Because you have not yet trained yourself into complete positivity, only thinking good thoughts, only making actions that you believe will bring you the most and exactly what you want, then it is for you to monitor those thoughts. Yes, if you have thought something you do not want and you caught yourself worrying, simply cancel those thoughts. Send out something that reverses what you have just been thinking. Think the opposite. If you were worried about your health, affirm how healthy you are. If you are worried about your safety, affirm that you are always safe in this world. If you are worried about anything, affirm the opposite when you catch yourself doing the worry thought. And in this way, you effectively cancel. The two thoughts cancel out one another. And so this gives you the possibility, again, of creating what you want. I know I have spoken of it in the last week. The impossible difficulty of thinking that you have everything you want when you are wanting something else. To have that thought which says, I am full. I have everything I need. When you are short of money to make your mortgage payment or pay your rent, or you do not have much money for grocery shopping, it does not matter. You must see yourself as having everything you need. And my suggestion to you all is that instead of being vague and just saying, I want this to come to me, simply speak up and say that you want it to come to you by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, that you want it in the next 24 hours or the next 48 hours or the next 72 hours, that your wishes will be granted. And know this to be true. And it will happen to you as you decide and as you affirm. And so you will have all your needs taken care of by your positive thoughts and your unlimited knowledge of knowing that you are part of God and God is part of you. And so every wish, thought, desire shall be manifested. And so it is. And now, if you have any questions, I am ready to take your questions. Someone please unmute yourself and ask a question.
Hi, Norma.
Oh,
Hi, Roncar.
yes.
So I have a 36-year-old friend who's 8 months pregnant, and I'm twice her age. We had a blessing service for her the other night, and I've had two dreams as an older woman. It's, I haven't been around anybody as closely as I've been with her. And I've had a dream where I was going to have the baby for her, and then I had a dream where I had the baby for her. And I'm thinking other older women probably go through things like that too, but I don't really know. And I just wonder, um I don't know. I wonder if you have any thoughts on that, Roncar.
Yes, I can give you a few thoughts that might help you. Just look at the situation. You are clearly, I'm going to say, attached to this younger lady. You care for her deeply, and you want to help her in any way. And so your subconscious mind was showing you the possibility that you wish would be granted in order to help her in every way, that you would have the baby. And you had a second dream confirming that you had had the baby for her. It is merely a reflection of your great love and attachment for this person and your desire that everything should go well. That it is, you are showing this to you in a dream, that it is going well.
Well, thank you.
Your love for this person is admirable.
Thank you. She's helping me a lot to declutter and to get perspective on taking on too much.
You have a tendency to take on too much?
Yes, I do. And I've been good with that until I took on way too much.
So you discovered that you have a limit after all.
Yes, I do.
That you are not totally unlimited, although you have all the power and energy of God in the physical world, using that power and energy to help others or to I want to say over engage yourself in work projects, helping others, so that you have no time to rest and relax is not healthy for your body. And so it allows you to be exhausted. And then you cannot do extra work, and you can't even get done what you used to get done because you have to rest and overcome this deficit that you have given yourself. And so it is wise to keep to limit yourself to what you can practically do and know your limits. Are there any other questions?
Thank you, Roncar.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to be of assistance if that was helpful. Are there any other questions?
Yes. Good evening, Roncar.
Yes.
Lydia.
This is Lydia.
Yes. Talking about the dreams, actually, I got the question about not a while ago, I had a dream about my father. This year it will be 18 years when he crossed. And in my dream, he was looking beautifully, young, dressed excellent. And when I saw him, I just yelled, "Daddy!" And he turned and he was showing me the way through the big building, the door. I went after him, calling his name, and it was a lot of people, so many people. And when I got to the center, it was like a cement fountain with the water, like they have in the churches with the blessing water. but it was not water. It was like the TV ekran when the pictures was changing. And I was looking in this spot, and then I hear in my ear, in that dream, the voice of the God when he said, you need to dedicate your life to the God. And I was very panicked because I thought it meant I have to go to the church and be like a nun. I didn't know which religion. And when I look on the wall, I saw Jesus Christ on the cross and the very, very fresh red blood coming from his heart. Any thought about that, Roncar? Because that was unbelievable, vividly dream when I was like there exactly.
Well, I will speak about the dedication of yourself to God, which of course was upsetting to you because you have not and do not desire to be a nun or a priest.
Mhm.
Neither of these things are suitable for you. But what that means is that if you dedicate yourself to your own godliness, you can learn to be of immense help to other people, to be able to create and do whatever you want to do in your life. Because if you know that you are God and that your words and your actions are also God's actions, think of the responsibility that you have as being this aspect of God, because that is what you are. You are an aspect of God. You are part of God. God is part of you. And so the words that you say, the things that you do, should be godly in all ways. And you have then immense power to create in your life the things that you want to have manifest, so that you can create more prosperity for yourself, if that is what you need. You can create better relationships in your life because you think and act like God. And so you give love to people. And as you give love, that love is reciprocated to you. It is returning to you. As you give it out, it comes back to you. And so that which you give out, which demonstrates that you are God acting, this then comes back. And when you are at your best as God, you are happy. Your life may not go easily, but it does not matter. For you know that everything will work out, that it will all be accomplished, and you are happy, and you continue to be happy with everything that works out in your life. You choose to look at the things that are good. You choose to look at that which fulfills you. And so you live a happy life. That is dedicating yourself to God. For when your words and actions all reflect your godliness by bringing goodness and kindness and thoughtfulness into your life about the lives of others, so it is that you are God in action. And you are creating for others. And as you create for others, it all comes back into your life. And you end up creating for yourself. And that is, in my thinking, the most important part of your dream, to dedicate yourself to being your best godly self and living a happy and healthy life.
Yes, Roncar, I need to hear the second time after when I told you before about that dream, because I really don't know, and I don't understand in this everything what you told me. I mean, I understand that, but I do not understand how come when I'm helping somebody all my heart. I spent last 2 days with the person when I was helping. It's wiping me out emotionally when I have to later have the time for myself to go back to myself. That part I don't understand, because I still have the need and willing, and I just like I must to help the people what I have inside, but it's costing me later so much myself. And then I'm in the crossword and asking myself constantly, do I really, really need to help the people if it's costing my life so much emotionally? This is the conflict when I cannot figure out by myself. Please help me.
Yes, I will do my best. When you are helping people, you may be expecting that your words and your actions will change them. In truth, no one can help anyone else. Everyone must help themselves. And so you may be expending energy on people who are not helping themselves. They are letting you do the work rather than them doing the work. I do not know if this is true, but it may be so. And as such, you are exhausting yourself for no return, because you are trying to accomplish something that cannot be accomplished, because you are trying to help someone. Sometimes the best help you can give to someone is just to send them love, to be patient and understanding, to let them talk to you without judgment, and not try to respond with solutions to their problems. For they have created their own problems, and they must find their own solutions to change their way of thinking, to do whatever is necessary. So I suspect that while you are working for other people, you are hoping that what you are saying and doing is helping them to change their life, to get a better life.
Yes, definitely.
And you are not rewarded with that success, are you?
No.
That's because you cannot help anyone else. And so, of course, you feel exhausted because you have put forth effort. You had hopes for this person. You had desires. As usual, it is easier to see their problems and solutions to their problems when you are not involved in their problems. And so when you give advice, they cannot take your advice because they have created these problems and they are attached to their problems that they have created. They're attached to what they said or what they did. They can't change their thinking. And so you are disappointed. You make a big effort, be helpful and loving, and yet nothing changes. And so what you must realize is that you can offer help, but it may be necessary for you to allow them to tell you what it is they want. And then you can make a decision on whether you want to expend the energy in the ways that they want. Because they may ask you to do things that will take a lot of your energy and at the same time will not help them with their problem. And so you would know that. And you could say, I do not think that will help you. You need to try a better way. I send you love. I will listen to you. What else can you do? They have to solve their own problems. They need to become whole themselves. They need to look at themselves and see what their mistake is, how they got there, and how they can correct it. Because you cannot help, you can only wish them well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I just put in my note because my question was ready. How do I know what to do and with which people? But right now this is general, and thank you. That it's excellent.
You are most welcome.
Thank you so much, Ranka.
Just hold on to that thought and that understanding. You cannot help anyone. They must help themselves. Sometimes you can help someone to help themselves, but many times there is nothing you can do, that they must help themselves. And so it is better to conserve your energy, and
Definitely.
relax, and do the things that you want in life.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you
You're
so
most
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Are there other questions?
Yes, Roncar, it's Elizabeth.
Yes. Hello, Elizabeth.
Is someone else speaking? Oh, hi.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel very unsettled. Like I know that there's something else I'm supposed to. I know that there is something else that I should be doing, but I just can't seem to put my finger on what it is. And no matter how much meditation and prayer, I try to discern everything that I decide to do or say lately, but I'm just seems to be getting nowhere. And I was just wondering if you had any thought on that.
So you are asking me for some guidance on what you think that you need to do something else than you have been doing. Is that correct?
It's not something else. I feel like it's something in addition to. I'm not completing what I need for me in these things. I know that I have different aspects on different parts of faith than most of my friends, but it's somewhere else.
I'm sorry.
I can't give it up. Or
We are having some difficulty. There is a stuttering
yes,
that has happened, and I cannot always understand your words. So you are feeling that you have to do something else, that there is something more which you need to do to complete yourself. Is that correct?
yes, that's correct.
Yes. One moment, please. The most obvious thing that I can see is to correct the thought that you need to do something else. If you're causing yourself unhappiness because you feel as if you must do something more, you are doing things that you like. You are doing things that are fulfilling to yourself. But yet it seems that you are thinking that there must be more. And what must be more is to acknowledge that you are living the life exactly the way you want it. That you are doing what you want, and take happiness and satisfaction in the things that you do. If you truly feel that you need to do more, you are free to look at some other way in which you can serve other people. For you are a person who has done much in service of others. And so you are always looking to serve others. That completes you and finishes you. However, part of what you need to do is to serve yourself, to do those things that give you pleasure in and of themselves, to seek that simple solution to this illusion that you have, that you are required to do something else. It is because you have spent most of your life in service to others and trying to help others. You did things in many ways within your job at your churches, and you helped people in their faith and the manifestation of their faith. Now, with your thinking, it is not the manifestation of faith that you used to teach before. It is not go to church on Sunday, receive communion, confess as you must or need to, be generous to others, be kind. It is not just those. Yes, be generous, be kind. Those are universal. But your faith now is part of your demonstration of your knowledge and knowing who you are. Acknowledge yourself as that aspect of God who has created and helped other people in the past. And perhaps it is not your time to help other people. You cannot help them as you did before. You cannot help them to live according to rules, because you now know that those rules do not create or manifest self-fulfillment and happiness. And that's what you need to do. Self-fulfillment and happiness for yourself. You were saying something, although the distortion in the audio made it difficult to understand. But you were saying that most of your friends do not think as you now think. And perhaps what it is you still need to do is to allow them to continue to think as they think and enjoy them as people. And you continue to think as you think, being the person that you are. They will not see the difference. They will only know that you are happy. They will not understand why. But you become happy within yourself when you are fulfilled. And that fulfillment comes from within when you say, I am happy. I have done everything that I need to do. I like my work. I like myself. And so either perhaps you find some new friends, but your old friends still work very well as friends. And you can just continue to think what you think and you know without asking or seeking to change them and allowing them to be whoever they are and the ways that they are. Even if you find it is that they are limiting themselves, that you see that they could be more and want to liberate them from their own ways, but you can't. So you allow that to be. And you just work on what's in yourself to say that I am happy, I am healthy, I am whole, I am complete in every way. My happiness is here in what I know and what I do, whatever it happens to be. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. I understand that.
You have a further question?
Unfortunately, I'm willing to understand that, but they are not understanding that that's my right to changes. And they don't seem to understand that it's my right to make changes, and I change what was good for me. And sometimes they are, for better, trying to get me come back to the fold.
Yes. Well, if they are asking you to change so that you should come back to the fold and can accept the fact that you have already changed and changed in a way that makes you happier, then I will say that it is probably necessary to limit your interactions with these friends because they cannot recognize the happiness you have already created. And the source of your unhappiness, thinking that you have something left to do, may be due mostly to their thinking that you are not doing the right things in the right ways.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yes, I don't know if I was able to help much.
No, it was all right. Thank you.
You're most welcome. It is difficult when you have changed. Sometimes you have to leave the people behind you that were once your friends. And since you are probably willing to accept them as they are and not try to change them, they should honor you with your changes, but that does not seem like it will be possible. So you can always say, we won't talk about that when we're together, and I will continue to enjoy you as a friend. Are there any other questions?
Thank you very
Yes, I wish perhaps if you were not, I don't know if you're too close to your computer or your phone, whatever you are using, but your voice would
No,
go.
my computer broke. Yeah, trouble. I'm on the computer, but we're having trouble with our Wi-Fi in the area right now. And so they're working on hoping much.
Oh, I see. So there's not much you can do to eliminate the strange problem that we are hearing. Are there any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I went to school with this boy, right? And we never talked in school or anything like that. And I realized we never spoke like in school. We were never like friends or acquaintances or nothing. But I know he was in my past life because I felt this, like I feel the soul connection. I have dreams of him. I've done meditation and it had said that we were soul connected and we were in a past life together, but I hurt him in some way. And in order to not reincarnate again, since I'm in my last life now, I have to apologize for whatever it was that I have done, which I don't know what exactly it was. So I got in contact with him on Instagram and I did meet up with him to talk to him about the past life. And he was kind of freaked out and stuff by it. And he was kind of afraid of me because he said, like, you know, I have like a coffin purse and I wear my vampire coat and like, you know, I do like Wiccan, like I'm Wiccan and I do like, you know, a lot of magic stuff, but positive magic stuff. But he looked at it as a different way. He thought I was like this Satanist, which I'm not. I'm a very big believer in God and I'm doing all this positive healings on people. But he got freaked out and thought it was the opposite. And I tried explaining to him, no, like I'm like a healer, like, you know, and stuff like that. And he wouldn't, like, he told me keep the purse away from me, like don't bring the purse near me and stuff like that. And he's like, did you manifest yourself here today? And he was freaking out and saying like, you're controlling my mind. This is mind control. I don't even have my own control in my
Yes.
mind.
Let us come to your question.
The question is basically, after this whole thing was solved, all I said was, do you forgive me for the past life? And he said, yeah, whatever it was, I forgive you. So I said, could we be like friends or whatever? He said, yeah. He says, I'm busy a lot. He's like, but I will check up on you. So it's been 8 weeks and he still looks at my Instagram pictures. He still likes my pictures, but he has not contacted me. And I'm just worried he's afraid of me and thinking of me as like a bad person when I'm completely opposite. So I just want to know if that's what the case is, or if he's just been busy, or if he likes me and knows that he can't be with me because I have a boyfriend and that he's been badly hurt in past relationships. I'm
Yes,
just really
Danielle, these questions are not helpful to you. You should just accept the fact that he has forgiven you. He is no longer in your life, even in this way. You do not have to be friends. Why do you wish to be friends with him when you wanted to be free of him? And it seems that you came in the costume of your working attire, and your alter ego as opposed to the person you were. So you became, as you have put it, freaked out by yourself in your appearance, your dress, and things that you said, which were not in his realm of experience. And so therefore, you frightened him. And it is best at this point in time for you to leave him alone and don't demand things of him. It is not helpful to yourself to try to maintain a relationship when you have frightened someone to the point that they do not want to speak to you, they do not want to talk to you, that they are afraid of you. because they have gotten a wrong, erroneous opinion. And you need to let it go in the sense that you should not contact him. You should allow him to just be. And he will be happiest when he is not worried about having to have a relationship with you, a person who scared him, made him frightened, because he misread who you were.
Yeah, like I told him, I said, no, I do my prayers every night. I heal everybody every night. And he's just like, he's just like that. So just like, okay. So
Yes.
is that what it is? I scared him, or just he just too busy to talk to me, or?
You scared him. You frightened him because you were talking about things he was unfamiliar with, past lives and past relationships, and he does not remember this in any way. And so it was just frightening to him, and he does not want to have a relationship with you. You should respect that and not worry about why he hasn't called you, because you frightened him. And so he does not want to have a relationship with you or be with you in any way.
Okay. Damn, I didn't mean to do that.
No, but as you said, you have already have a boyfriend. You do not need this man in your life, because you have a different one in your life.
Okay. Right. I guess I gotta accept that we're not gonna be friends. But
Yes,
if it's for the best, I mean, if he sees me as like somebody I'm not, then it's really don't have anything in common, right? If he's gonna see me
Yes.
for opposite of who I am.
you are correct. You do not have anything in common, and he will probably only just get angry with you if you were to insist on continuing to have a relationship.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
you just
Thank
have to let it go. You two were not meant to have any type of a relationship in this life. And that is why you decided that he needed to forgive you for whatever happened in that past life, or for whatever you feel happened in that past life.
you.
Just allow him to be in this life. Let him have a good life. Wish him well. Wish that he has a good life and is filled with happiness. And that is what you can do. And that is what you should do.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are there other questions?
I was wondering about what you were saying before. A couple of people you were talking to are people who help each other or help people in general.
Yes.
You said that people won't change or don't change or something like that. So in a sense, it sounded like what they were trying to do to help people was a waste of time, because if the persons aren't going to take any of their advice or listen to them or change in any way, so then what good is trying to help somebody? Because you're right. If you're saying that, you know what I'm saying? You're saying you can't help
I understand your question.
you're
You
trying to
must,
help somebody.
you must realize, in the context of her question, she mentioned that it was exhausting her, that she was trying to help someone and that it was exhausting her, because the inference was that she was not able to help enough. This person may have been someone who was not looking for a solution. There are people who like to complain about their situations. but do not like to take the proper actions that they need to do to change their lives and get out of them, to change their thinking, to create happiness for themselves. And so in the context of her question, where she was saying she was becoming exhausted, she didn't, it was not helping her. She was not achieving anything through her work. And the truth of the matter is that you cannot help anyone else. You can offer a bit of advice. You can offer a helping hand, but not to the point where you make yourself physically exhausted or overtired or run down so that you are not having a good life. That is not good to do that for others. You do not sacrifice yourself for others, especially others who claim to need your help, because the chances are that you cannot help them enough, because you cannot support someone else if they won't go out to work. You can only buy them food so much, or suggest they get food stamps, or try to get some help, but you cannot change their life for them if they won't do it. And that is the problem, that she was exhausting herself trying to help someone who was not ready to help themselves at this point in time. Sometimes you have to wait to be able to help someone, for them to get to a point or level where they will accept your help and make the changes necessary in the things they think and the life and what they believe. And when they are ready to change some of these aspects, then perhaps what you can say and do will help them, and it is worth doing, but not if you exhaust yourself, and not if they are not willing to make any take actions in their own behalf. Does that help you understand better?
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Is there another question? I see you, Charlotte, but you are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I did unmute myself. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm feeling, I just feeling vulnerable, and I'm not happy. I feel trapped. I feel I can't make the right decisions. I don't know what to do. I probably do know what to do, but I don't know how. I don't have a plan as far as what I would want to do next. But it's just not working. I just feel,
You are depressed?
yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yes, you are depressed. And what is it that you feel that you cannot achieve or do?
I feel that the numbers don't lie. I'm 88 years old, and I'm hoping, I've been to a lot of funerals and memorials lately of people who are younger than I, who have passed, and I'm not ready to do that, but I don't know how I can get through like the next 10 years the way things are. I have to change, and it's so hard for me to think of how to go about doing what's necessary to get out of this rut that I'm in.
You might consider finding yourself a counselor or someone that you can talk to on a regular basis, who may be able to assist you a little more in finding the right kind of help that you need.
Yeah. I keep saying, oh, I don't have time for that, or I don't know how to go about it. I just find it very difficult to move ahead and to make
Yes,
decisions.
yes, well, you have a doctor, a physician that you consider your
Well, I have,
primary.
I have an appointment coming up, but it's next month. I have to wait a month to see them. Oh, I have two doctors, my regular internist and a heart doctor who I feel very close to, that she would probably, you know, make me
Is she
feel
the one that you are having an appointment with next month?
a cardiologist and my regular internist.
Oh, you going to see both of them?
Yeah, at different dates,
Mhm,
a week
I
apart.
understand. Well, you must share that you are depressed with these doctors.
Stephen,
And
I don't think I want to take medication though. It's,
you must share that you are depressed. That is the way you will be able to get the help that you need. You do not have to take medication, but you do need someone to talk to. It's someone who is willing to give you advice, to listen to your frustrations and your inability to get certain things accomplished.
yes.
They may have the right knowledge of people who will be able to help you do that.
Mhm.
Do what you need to do.
Okay, you think they could refer me, you mean, to someone who
Yes,
is that covered by Medicare?
I do not know. I'm
Hmm.
sorry. I do not know the
Because
answer.
I don't think I would want to expend a lot, because that's one of my problems too. Financially, my finances are in a mess. It's a terrible situation, and I'm seriously going to ask my son-in-law, my daughter's husband, will do anything for me, and they live in Virginia though, to take over my finances and try to straighten things out, because it's a mess. I've made some careless mistakes, and I think I've really it's not good situation.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
yeah, the therapist is covered by Medicare
Well, that's good to know.
because I have Medicare for disability and I'm in therapy twice a week. So
And could you refer maybe a good therapist?
I use CBH Care.
Uh-huh.
It's in Lyndhurst and I do Zoom calls.
Oh, yeah, because it's hard for me to drive to, more than several miles. I don't like going on highways or anything. As you know, I'm 88 and I had a few fender benders, and I'm a little concerned about driving too far.
Yeah, I do all Zoom.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think God has given me you, because it just happened that it came onto my computer, and I'm just so grateful that I'm able to be part of this group. And I know I should every now and then go on the healing group also, because I could use that also.
Yes, well, that is good. You have the connection to the healing group.
Yeah. Well, I've never felt this. It's just so overwhelming and frightening that I should be feeling this way, because normally I'm you know, a content person who goes with the flow and accepts things and is reasonably happy just to be alive and healthy. And I have so many good things to be grateful for. I have a wonderful family, and I don't see them as often as I'd like, but at least, if I wanted to, I probably could get together more. Um,
Ask your son-in-law to help you with the finances.
yeah.
And
And even though he lives in Virginia, he'll be able to help me through the computer, because you can do a lot with the computer to get
yes,
get to
but
other.
you will have to give him, all your information on your assets. You will have
Yeah.
to compile that stuff yourself. How much money you have coming in, the money you have in the bank, and or other investments. You will have
Yeah,
to.
I've made a mess. I really made a mess of things, and I think I've been taken advantage of, and it's probably too late to do anything about it. I don't know, but I can't understand how I could be so careless and not paying attention to stuff. I just let it go, thinking, oh, well, as long as I can live from day to day and do what I have to do, everything's okay. But then I looked at the numbers and figures, and it was astonishing how things have, really changed for the worse. And I don't know how to get around it.
Well, to ask him for
Maybe
his
it's not
help,
too
I'm
late to
sure that-
salvage some of the mistakes I've made. I'm hoping that, maybe he could help me
Well, he may be able to give you the advice that is
to hold on to
necessary.
what I still have rather than lose any more.
Yes. So,
And then I'm concerned about my son who is still with me, and he hasn't gotten himself together. And I don't know. It's not easy. It's
no,
difficult.
we understand. We can hear that you are overwhelmed with all the situations. It is just that you feel you cannot accomplish anything. You have difficulty getting rid of your clutter.
Right.
You
I
have
feel
your
trapped.
son to worry about. You have the regular bills and other things to do. And all of it is mostly negative feelings for you. So as a result, you really need to get some help. And you apparently do not have an accountant, someone
No,
to help you with your money.
no, I have someone that I gave some money to, a financial advisor who lost a lot of it already, and I don't trust him that much anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of loss there, and I'm very disappointed in him. So I'm reluctant to have.
Yes, well, you cannot, I guess, ask him to be, if he has not managed to,
No, he's been terrible,
but it has not been, until recently, it was not a great time for investments. So if they
Right.
haven't picked up recently, then it has you in perhaps the wrong things. But try asking your son-in-law.
Yes, I'm hoping, because he would do the best for me, I know. And he's very competent. He's very knowledgeable, and that's, he's very strong in that area. In fact, he majored in money management and all. So I'm sorry I didn't ask him sooner.
Well, now's the time.
It's
Better
better.
late
Yeah,
than never is the saying.
yeah.
So call your son-in-law tomorrow if possible and tell him that you really feel unable to take care of your own finances at this time. And would he be willing to step in and help you?
Okay. Well,
And
thank
I'm sure that he will, because you trust him and you believe.
yes, very much so. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. And Danielle, I will call you. I meant to, you've been on my mind, and I have your number, and I'll reach out to you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, are there any more questions? It is getting rather late, so it is time for me to say goodbye and good night. And I give you all my blessings. Good night.
Thank you,
Good night.
Roncar.
I am back. Okay. Well, I just wanted to come and say good night to you all. Remember, I love you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Juana.
Okay.